Oh, wow, he attacks fast. And I see this other enemy totally fucked me over royally. That really sucked. I even checked to see if I aggroed him. He fully stood still. And as soon as I got to the top of the tower, he came running up behind me like a fucking asshole. What's going on, guys? Gawdlikematt, and we're back with part 2 with our Dark Souls Remastered Let's Platinum. Now, I know what you're thinking, Matt, what the hell are you doing back at Firelink Shrine? Well, that is a question I will gladly answer. So, essentially, last part, I wasn't really prepared, in all honesty. I can't lie about it. I wasn't very prepared. In fact, I kind of admitted to that during the part. And what I needed to do was just stop for a second, and I needed to actually plan out, okay, what is it I gotta do? What's important? Gotta refresh my memory on all the missable shit, because there is missable shit, and I definitely don't want to be playing tons of extra playthroughs to correct mistakes, because unfortunately, Dark Souls is an unforgiving experience. Mind you, a great experience, but an unforgiving one. And, I just, like, have to, you know, like I said, refresh my memory, remember all the important shit I gotta do. And, definitely, one of the couple things that I won't lie, I forgot to do in part 1 is, there's an extra, Estus flask you can get right at the beginning, thanks to choosing the Master Key as your starting gift. But I just want to talk about Petrus here for a second. Petrus, the thing is, he won't be here forever. So, because we need all the miracle spells and pyromancies, I highly recommend buying everything from him as soon as possible. Forget about weapons. You don't have to worry about that. It's literally just the miracles. And also, obviously, join his covenant because there's a trophy to do that. But my goal is to buy the 4 miracles from him. Unfortunately, they are pretty fucking expensive for this being this early in the game. It's pretty hard to get money. This is the Firekeeper, and she will reinforce your Estus flask. But we need the materials to do so, which is, and I plan on going to get one right now, thanks to the Master Key, and I'll show you how to do that. I should have did this in part 1, but, what can I say, I forgot. So, here I am, backtracking to come get this done. And, actually, a very important thing that I completely forgot about Dark Souls 1 is, you only get your flasks back when you rest at Firelink's bonfire. Whenever I rest at any other bonfire in the game, I don't get my flasks back. That really sucks. I am so used to resting at whatever bonfire I want to refill my health. And, unfortunately, that's not how it worked in this game. So, every time I need health, I am going to have to backtrack to Firelink Shrine, which is a bit of a pain in the ass. But what's nice about this game is there are tons of different pathways and secret passages and shortcuts that you can end up opening up the further you progress through levels. And eventually, all the levels just end up intertwining with each other. And it makes it relatively easy. I love this Dregling here. He just doesn't have a care in the world. But, ultimately, it makes it pretty damn easy to navigate around the map.
Well, this is unusual. And more importantly, you're free. Well, I shouldn't pry. I'm Rickett of Vinide. I was once an established smith. Can?
So this guy just sells shit. And that's all he does. Oh, and he also reinforces and can repair shit. That's pretty nice. Can't remember if he sells anything of use. He does sell a couple spells, which is pretty nice. This guy's here forever. You don't have to worry about him leaving. Alright. But I'm not going to mess around with him too long. I just wanted to see what he sells because I completely forgot. It's been too long. Played this game fucking so long ago. Years ago. Years! But we are here for one item in particular. And I'm probably gonna fuck this up because it's been so long since I've done it. Now, we are not supposed to be in this area. You have full access to come here, as you've seen. All you gotta do is go down the elevator. But being here is very not recommended. This is one of the harder levels in the game. And there's also some pretty annoying enemies just up ahead, actually. Transient Curse. So this item is important because it allows you to combat these enemies that I was just about to start complaining about. But you have to equip it if you want to hurt these things. They're ghosts, and you can't harm them unless you use a Transient Curse. But basically what we want to do here is we're not even going to be worrying about the enemies. We're just going to book it right past them. There's the ghost right there. Like I said, we're not going to worry. Can't remember which way. Okay, it's this way. And you want to be very careful not to fall here. Now, we could just kill ourselves. But I'm actually going to use one of these. And that was a complete waste because they one-shot me. Alright, that's fine. I did want to actually try and fight my way out. Because I did want to keep my 1,000 souls. But that's fine. Not a big deal. It's just 1,000 souls. It does kind of suck because I was saving that money to buy a spell or something. But that's fine. And what we really wanted there was the Firekeeper soul, because now we can actually get, or not an extra flask, sorry. Again, I'm confusing all the Dark Souls. But you give this to her, and she reinforces your Estus flask. Now, what that does is when you heal with an Estus flask, it gives you much more health back, which is really nice, because it means ultimately you're using less flasks overall. And that was something that I should have did, long time ago. I should have did that in part 1 because it's super easy to do and it's a great tactic, especially if you want to like have some early game advantages to make the beginning of the game easier. But we are actually going to go back down here because there's some other cool stuff that we can get. And so I'm going to do that because why not? I'm going to show you a cool thing you can do with the Master Key as well. Now, I've done this a million times, but usually what'll happen is I'll die down here and I'll get impatient and like fucking sprint my way back here, and I'll end up running straight down the hole thinking that the elevator's there when I forget that you have to pull the lever to call it back up, and you have to do that with every elevator. If you ever take an elevator anywhere, it will stay there. Meaning if you come back the way that you originally came, the elevator will still be at the bottom. So, I mean, so many times have I died running into an elevator shaft forgetting that it's not there. But this door I just opened, you can only open if you took the Master Key as your starting gift. And it is extremely helpful to have the Master Key because this door is pretty great for a couple reasons. One, that cave just in front of me is an alternate entrance to the level Blighttown. And Blighttown is a fucking hell on earth level. It's one of the hardest levels in this game, easily. And doing Blighttown from that direction, that cave I just showed you, makes the level, in my opinion, a lot easier. Because it is much quicker to find the bonfire in this level if you go at it from this direction. Whereas the other entrance to Blighttown is after the Gaping Dragon, which is quite a few levels away still. And that entrance, you have to, it makes the level so much longer before you find the bonfire. And it totally sucks. Now, this dragon you want to be very careful with because he actually will wake up if you get close to him. Or actually, I don't think if you get close to him, if you try to grab those items. Since I have no money, there's no harm in just picking them up and dying. Yeah, it seems he only actually wakes up if you pick up one of the items. But I have no problem dying there because I have no money. So it's actually advantageous to just let myself die there because I have nothing to lose. So why not? Might as well die for it. I was trying to dodge there, but he attacks really fucking fast. And because we should not be in that area, he one-shots you. No matter if you're full health or whatever. But I'm definitely gonna cut back to when I'm there. Now here we go, back at this dickhead dragon. Now, this really sucks because now he's awake. Which makes it kind of difficult to get past him. This is gonna require some timing. And I successfully dodged him, which is pretty cool. Now, another thing I wanted to talk about, totally forgot to say it, but at the beginning of the video, you guys may have noticed that I put 3 extra points into strength as soon as the video started. I actually did that for a reason. I need my strength to be 16, which is another reason why I picked the warrior as my starting class. Now, these enemies are incredibly intimidating, but very easy to dodge. So don't let them scare you too much. But, yeah, the reason I need my strength to be at 16 is because I need 16 strength to be able to hold the great sword. Now, one of those drakes actually killed themselves, which is pretty funny. But I'm pretty sure I'm not getting out of this alive. Pretty sure that's impossible. But I've climbed all the way up here so I can get this item, which is a ring. I'm pretty sure it's an actually useful ring as well. Boost attack while HP is low. It's, you know, it's not that amazing, but it's nice to have. Again, it's an early game advantage that you could get extremely easily, so I say, you know, why not? But I am going to end up getting at the bottom of this ladder, and they are going to kill me. But I've gotten all the items in this area, and there's no reason to come back here after this. So once I die, that's going to be it. I should have just jumped off. It would have been a lot faster instead of climbing all the way down just to die. But yeah, like, it's not, there's absolutely, if you don't want to go grab that ring and the items next to the dragon, by all means, don't. Completely optional. I just like doing it to have those things right out of the gate. A Taurus straight sword is really nice because it has the same damage as my longsword, and it does magic damage. But I actually can't wield it properly. I don't have enough faith, which is unfortunate. But this weapon is very nice, and if you were going a faith build, that would absolutely be a reason to take the master key and go down there and get that sword, because it is a great weapon in the early game. That 80 extra magic damage on top of your physical damage, you'd be wrecking enemies. No joke, that weapon's really great. And it's another reason to go down there if you want to start the game with it. But I just wanted to show that that's something you can do. You can also go into that cave and grab some items at Blighttown if you wanted. I'm not going to do that just yet. I'm going to save Blighttown for when I'm actually ready to do it. But that's the stuff I missed, and now I will cut back to when I get back to where I was in part 1. Alright, now here we are, back where I died at the Black Knight. Now, I'd like to grab the item behind the Black Knight, but it's really fucking risky. I honestly completely forgot what's behind him. But At the very least, I can run over here and grab the ring. I think it's a ring behind him. Actually, this isn't where you get the ring. Yeah, actually, the ring I'm thinking of is behind him. I just need to fucking get past him. I could just let myself die. Go, go, go! I don't think I'm gonna get out of this alive. Yeah. Fuck! I might have actually been able to survive that hit if I used a flask, because I would have been at full health. I wasn't at full health just then. But I'm not actually sure if I could have. I think you might have had to be at full health. But even then, he might still kill you. Disasters are gone after the defeat of the Gravelord's servant? What the fuck? I have never seen that in this level. What the hell would the Gravelord's servants be doing in this level? I shouldn't be seeing them for a long-ass time. Okay. Back at the Black Knight, but like I said, ooh, I actually got a humanity, which is really nice. But, like I said, I'm not going to bother with him. That ledge is where I just was, I believe. Down on the lower level here. Yeah. So there's nothing down there. No reason. Oh, God. Ha-ha! Loser! Fuck you. Alright. So we're almost at the first boss. Pretty sweet. I totally forgot the master key works here. I think this leads down to Havel, which is really interesting and funny because if you actually can manage to kill him this early in the game, he drops some crazy shit. His ring is amazing. To have this early in the game would be a huge benefit. I believe there's a crystal lizard. Oh, I think they're in the barrels. Yep. Come here, you little bastard. Oh, fuck. No. Got him. Hello. I totally remembered where he was. Alright. So outside this fog gate, we have our first boss battle. I'm actually going to unequip the transient curse, because we're not going to need it for a while. And here is the key to beating this boss. Fire bombs! Yay! I'll even throw in some throwing knives, just in case. But, yeah, fire bombs make this boss insanely easy, especially the black ones. And this is typically the case in most of the Souls games, actually. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna climb up here first and get rid of the archers, because they make this battle a living hell. They'll be shooting at you while you're trying to fight him, and it's very problematic. Ah, son of a bitch. You fucker. Alright. Took a wee bit of damage there. See, look how nice that heal is because I got that Firekeeper soul. Fucking sweet. But alright, here we go. It's time. See if I can masterfully defeat this boss like I always used to. See, look how much damage that did. Oh, wow, he still hit me. And that is how you extremely easily defeat this boss. If you're terribly intimidated by him, that's a great way to do it, but there's actually lots of ways to cheese that boss. He's actually incredibly easy to fight, even if you didn't want to cheese him. A great way I like to fight him is, every time he winds up for an attack, you just kind of wait for it and bait it out, and then roll either, I think you could go under, like, in between his legs if you roll, or if not, if I'm wrong about that, just roll to the side. Just always try to stay behind him and get some hits in, but always make sure when you go for an attack that he's still in attack animation, because if he's fully recovered and you go for an attack, it leaves you wide open to get hit, and he does a ton of damage. But some great ways to cheese him: you could climb to the top of that ladder, wait till he runs up close, and drop down and do a falling attack on him. Does a shitload of damage. But don't wait too long, because he can actually jump up there. So you want to do that, like, before he does that. Or you could even get him to fall off the level right here, amazingly enough. Because, as you can see, the wall's all busted here. And it is possible to get him to kill himself. Or if you wanted to be even safer than I was, you could take all those arrows I bought, if you copied my strategy, and, just shoot him. Just stay as far away from him as you can and just keep shooting him. So, a few different ways you can fight him. He's really easy. I mean, if you can't beat the first boss in a Souls game, you probably shouldn't be playing. That's how I like to look at it, because you just will not be able to handle the rest of the game if that's the case.
Ah, hello. I have a proposition, if you have a moment. The way I see it, our fates appear to be intertwined. Why not help one another on this lonely journey? This pleases me greatly. Well then, take this. We are amidst strange beings in a strange land. Spot my summon signature easily by its brilliant aura. If you miss it, you must be blind.
This NPC is incredibly important for platinuming the game.
Oh, hello there. The sun is a one. If only I could be so grossly incandescent.
That's the line I always quote for him. But, yeah, that's... The white soapstone is incredibly important. It allows you to co-op with other online players. So it's very important that you grab it from him and make sure you exhaust his dialogue so that you can do that. Ow! And yeah, so make sure before you run across that bridge that you have enough health to take a hit, because you are going to take a hit. But what's really nice is, boom! We just opened a huge shortcut, which is great. Now I could fight the Black Knight all I want if I wanted to, because I could just run back. And now that we have this way opened up for the, I'm actually going to rest at the bonfire because I'd like my health back. But now that we have this path opened up, if I die, it doesn't really matter, because I'll respawn right here and be able to just go on to where I need to go. But I am going to do something rather important, which is grabbing an amazing weapon, which, as you will see, was the reason that I put 16 points into strength. Remember earlier when I said we needed 16 points in strength? There's a reason for that. There's an amazing weapon you can get incredibly early in the game called the Drake Sword. And it's a fantastic weapon. It has an insanely high flat strength stat. It hits for trucks. I'll be like one-shotting all the enemies, which is really cool. Trying to remember. Oh yes, we're supposed to do it right here. Actually, I like standing over here because I find it gives me a better view. But here we go. We have our bow equipped. Now, you want to time this so that as his tail kind of swings over, you want to hit it as it's like swinging over. But every time, this is the most annoying part of this, every time you hit him, he gets pissed and he flies off the wall, and then he starts roaming around and looking for the threat. And unfortunately, it makes this take an incredibly long time. But it's worth it. I'll probably speed the footage up so that you guys don't have to just watch me doing this for God knows how long it's going to take. But the reason for doing this is that if you shoot his tail enough, it will fall off and you will just obtain the Drake Sword. And you guys will see how great that weapon is. It makes the beginning of the game so easy. We'll be using that weapon for a long time until we get a much better weapon, which isn't for a long time. But I'll just speed this up and see you guys when I have my sword. And there we have it. So that, oh wow, I didn't mean to shoot two. That was an accident. But that actually took, I bought way more arrows than I needed. But, better safe than sorry. I always forget how many it takes. Again, it's all the info I have of all the Souls games just melds together. Because what I always used to do was buy, like, 250 arrows to kill the red Drake in Demon Souls, the one flying over the bridge, because he was a pain in the ass and I liked to kill him and he would drop a unique soul. That gave a shitload of money. And that's why I would always do that. But then that melds in with this memory of shooting his tail to get the fucking Drake Sword. So I can't remember all this shit, man. It's too fucking much. But now I could press on, but I don't want to. What I do want to do, however, is I'm going to spend all my money just to get rid of it, because there's a good chance that I'm probably going to die attempting what I'm about to do. But there's an important covenant that you guys should get, and there is a nice way to get it. We'll see if I can do it rather easily, or if I still remember how to do it easily. Put that stuff on my quick bar. I think that's good. Okay. So now we're gonna rest. We're gonna level up. Could definitely use some health. I think I'm just gonna go crazy on health. Spend all my money. And I don't, now that the point of doing that was, I know I'm probably going to die attempting what I'm about to do, and I don't want to lose my money, so I'm just gonna spend it. And, okay, so the plan here, bait his first attack, that way he kills all the enemies on the bridge. If you wanted to, you could keep running from the bonfire up here, getting him to do that, and getting some relatively quick money, but that would take quite a while to buy anything useful. But what I want to do here, can't remember how far up I'm allowed to stand, but what the idea here is, we need to get behind him. He's guarding a door, and behind that door is the Sunlight Covenant, which is the covenant that Solaire is part of, the NPC we just talked to recently. And we need to get to that covenant to get trophies. So that covenant's very important for platinuming the game. Now, a good way I like to get behind that door is I like to shoot him, and then as soon as he flies off the wall, you make a beeline for the door. Okay, so as long as you're in front of the stairs here, you're good. The second you walk past that line and out onto the main roadway there, he will breathe fire. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna shoot him and just haul ass. Now, if he hits you, you will be able to survive. At least you should. This is not what I wanted. I wanted him to... I didn't know he was gonna just jump off the wall like that. That was pretty interesting. Okay. So this time you do it by my hand. And then you just run the fuck past him. He gets one hit in, but you should be good after that. Once you're past this wall, just come in here, need be, if you're that scared. And now what's nice is when you get past him like this, he will actually fly away. He will just leave. As you can see, there's this stubby tail there. But yeah, so he just leaves. Now, if I were to cross the bridge again, like all the way to the end, he will fly back and hit you. So just be aware of that if you want to backtrack. But I am going to run back out onto the bridge to pick up the items that were on the bridge that he was guarding. If you walk just in front of the bridge, it's okay. Like, that amount of space is fine. I could just rest at this bonfire, actually. Although, all the enemies will respawn if I do that. It should be safe to just grab these. I don't think he could get back here and hit me in time. And there you go. So you grab those items. Now we got the bonfire. And we're all good. There's nothing else around here, but here's the Covenant. Now, you can't actually join this Covenant. As you can see, there is no way to join it. You can't, there's no indication to, like, click on it or pray or whatever. You can't do anything with it. The reason for that is because you can't actually interact with this Covenant until you either meet one of two conditions. A, have 25 faith, which is totally impractical and it takes forever. Unless you're doing a faith build. Or B, help 4 different people with the white soapstone in multiplayer co-op. And that is incredibly easy to do. Help 4 people. Just drop your soul stone and help 4 different people. That would take no time at all. And it's much easier than getting 25 faith. Like, that would take forever. But another nice added benefit to getting past the dragon is we can open this gate. And what's good about that is this is how you would normally get up here. Because down here are the rats that we saw when I was shooting the Drake's tail. Now, these rats are a bit of a pain. If they hit you, you will get poisoned. And poisoned is a bitch to get rid of this early in the game because we haven't picked up the item to get rid of it yet. But as you can see, just over there was where I was shooting the Drake's tail. But if I were to just come this way and not bait the Drake off the wall and run past him, then I wouldn't be able to get to that Covenant and have this gate open for easy access to a bonfire. So it's totally worth it to do that. And now that we have the Drake Sword, I would actually love to backtrack and go and kill that Black Knight. I think that would be a great way to end the video, actually. So that's what I'm going to do. Now, the Black Knights are unique enemy spawns. And there's only one of them. Like, whenever you see one, it's just that one. If that makes any sense. Another thing that's great about the Drake Sword, it hits so hard that even if they're guarding, you'll break their guard, and then you could just hit them for free, because this weapon's just so crazy strong. And I'm going to be one-shotting most of the enemies now, thanks to this amazing sword. But that was why I bought the bow back in part 1 and got all those arrows. Because getting the Drake Sword is fucking amazing. But I'm going to cut to when I get back to the Black Knight. And hopefully we can kick his ass. And hopefully he'll drop a rare item. That's what I hope for anyway. Alright, we're back at the Black Knight. I'm going to make sure I'm full health before I fight him. But backstabbing him with the Drake Sword should deal a shitload of damage. Oh, my souls are still there. Holy fuck. That's awesome. And I think my humanity might still be here too, which will be pretty damn great. Oh, half his health. Oh, he does a 4th hit. Lame. But yeah, as you could see, much easier to fight him once you get the Drake Sword. So yeah, don't even bother fighting him when you first see him. It's just way more practical to kill him once you have this, because it makes it so much easier. And he dropped a Titanite chunk, which is fantastic, because those are so hard to get this early in the game. We did get one earlier from the Crystal Lizard, which was also nice. But now we have 2, which is going to be a great advantage when I want to upgrade a weapon. So that's awesome. I was kind of hoping that he would drop a piece of his armor or his weapon, but because they do have a chance at dropping those items, and that would have been very nice. But it's fine. The Titanite chunk is just as appreciated. But as I was saying before, whenever you see the Black Knights, see how I just rested at the bonfire? If I were to run back there, he wouldn't be back there. He only spawns once, because he's a unique, rare enemy. And that's what kind of sucks about when you kill them and they don't drop their weapon or a piece of their armor, because there's only a finite amount of them in the game. And if they don't drop their shit, you would have to play another playthrough just to get their items, which totally sucks. Titanite shard, nice. Now, there is another Black Knight up here, but before I go fight him, I did say I wanted to end the video when I killed the first one, but I thought this would be a much better way to end the video, because I killed him so fast, so why not just kill the second one? We'll grab some more health, because why not? Health is an amazing stat in all the Souls games. I recommend getting it, as much of it as you can, as soon as you start the game. I think I aggroed this enemy. Oh, no, I didn't. Okay, good. Alright, hopefully I have just as easy a time with this guy as I did the last one. But this one has a great sword, and he will make you his bitch. But I did half his health again, which is pretty great. Oh, wow, he attacks fast. And I see this other enemy totally fucked me over royally. That really sucked. I even checked to see if I aggroed him. He fully stood still. And as soon as I got to the top of the tower, he came running up behind me like a fucking asshole. So now I know better. Definitely gonna kill him this time, so he doesn't fuck me over again. That was a godlike flank. He totally fucked me over. As hard as you possibly could. He ruined the entire fight, which was really shitty. Wow, that enemy snaked me so hard. Hopefully this fight goes as well as it just did. So that sucks. He will fall down here after me. Now, if you can, I recommend falling attacking him like that, which is really cheesy. But I love it. And he's dead. Just like that. Ooh, I got the Black Knight shield. Fucking sweet. That was a rare drop. Excellent. So that went just about the way I wanted it to, which is great. Alright, I'd say that's a great time to end the video because this next level is pretty lengthy. So I'm definitely going to end here. See if we can level up one more time. Yes, we can. Perfect. Got my health at a nice round 20, 2-digit figure. Alright guys, that's going to be it. Thank you so much for watching. I truly hope you guys enjoyed and found it helpful for anyone who hasn't played Dark Souls before. I'm trying to be as helpful as I possibly can. And in terms of platinuming the game, I am taking all the necessary steps and trying to remember everything there is to remember. I want your guys' starting playthroughs to be as amazing as possible, and hopefully this guide is helping with that. As you can see, I have a crazy strong early game now. The Drake Sword is amazing. I got that added advantage on my Estus flask. A few nice, really early game advantages, which is really cool. And it's great. So, trying to be as helpful as I can here. And hopefully, plenty more trophies to come. And more progress. But thank you guys so much for watching. So happy to be playing one of my all-time favorite games again for you guys. I'm having a lot of fun doing it. Hopefully you guys are having fun watching it. And again, don't forget, please, to like and subscribe. And please hit that bell for the notifications. It would really mean a lot to me, guys. Seriously, it would really help me out. I'd really appreciate it. And I will definitely see you guys in the next one. So have a good one, everybody. Take care. Till next time.